Do you all have the form for the pitch competition? Okay. Please remember to hit submit to register your answer. If a startup doesn't come, you can move on to the next screen without voting it. If you can stay until the end or you come later, it doesn't matter. For startups, you will have 3 minutes to make your pitch and then 2 minutes for the jury to ask questions. We will start now. First of all, Ubanco from Vertical FinTech Cybersecurity. Please, a big applause for him.
Hi, my name is Cole Karuba, and I'm a representative at the Startup World Cup, as well as an investment manager at Pegasus Tech Ventures. I've come here to represent the Startup World Cup and welcome you all to our event. I'm very happy that you all have gathered here today in Spain to watch some of the top startups compete for a ticket to Silicon Valley. I'd like to start off with a special thanks to Startup Olé for sponsoring our event. Without regional partners like Startup Olé, there would be no Startup World Cup in Spain. So please give a round of applause to Startup Olé for the importance of their contributions to this event. To give a brief overview about Pegasus Tech Ventures, we are a global venture capital firm headquartered in Silicon Valley. We've made over 220 investments to date and have $2 billion in assets under management. Some of our most notable investments include companies such as Color, 23andMe, SoFi, SpaceX, Airbnb, Triller, as well as many others. We have invested in many ecosystems across the world, including regions such as North America, Europe, as well as Asia. The Startup World Cup mission statement is to foster the discovery of innovative and visionary products and services from around the world. We look to promote the spirit of innovation and risk-taking by celebrating entrepreneurs. Connecting startups from around the world with investors, customers, and talent, as well as showcasing startups and entrepreneurs in local and global media. Just to give a high-level highlight of the Startup World Cup, this year in our 2022 cycle, we plan to have over 50,000 attendees at our 70-plus regional events. This will be made up of over 1,000 speakers and judges at these events, as well as over 200 media sources covering these events in different news stories. Here, look at some of the global champion startups from 2017 to 2019 that our judges selected. Starting off in 2017, Unifa won coming out of the Japan Regional, becoming the first Startup World Cup champion. Since becoming the grand champion, Unifa has signed over 40 partnership agreements with global corporations and has grown their revenue to $30 million. They're expecting to IPO on the Tokyo Stock Exchange in the very near future and will have continued success. In the second year, we had a grand champion from the United States, a company from MIT who has developed an innovative solution for monitoring cancer patients. Luco Labs, since becoming the grand champion, has raised a successful round and is on the direct path to the next level. The third year in 2019, we had a grand champion winner, Abivin from Vietnam. Since becoming the world champion, Abivin has made tremendous growth in their business and is expanding their presence in a few additional countries and have finalized new funding round, including the $1 million investment prize provided by the Startup World Cup and Pegasus Tech Ventures. We have a similar prize of $1 million, expecting applications from over 10,000 startups in 70-plus countries and expecting 50,000 attendees at our events worldwide. I want to highlight here that this is more than $1 million prize, because once you become the Spain regional champion, you get to stand on stage in Silicon Valley in front of 2,500 prominent investors and corporations. To give a brief overview of the Startup World Cup Grand Finale itinerary, it's going to be held this year on September 28th to September 30th at the Marriott Marquis in San Francisco. On September 28th, we will have the semifinal where regional winners will pitch. On September 29th, we'll have workshops filled with a lot of value add coming from many of the most prominent figures in the venture ecosystem, as well as startup founders, which will help aid in the success of startups and those attending. On September 30th, we will have the grand finale as well as a network party after the event. All of the regional winners will get the opportunity to meet the Pegasus team, including our very own Bill Reichert, a senior partner at Pegasus and legend in Silicon Valley. Bill will be available to mentor startups on the secrets of wowing Silicon Valley investors. If you're interested in getting a sneak peek at some of his material, feel free to check out his book, Getting to Wow, which is available on Amazon. With previous years, we are expecting top tech luminaries of the industry to come and work with us at the grand finale event. As you can see, we've already secured speakers such as Kevin O'Leary from ABC Shark Tank, Nikesh Arora, the chairman and CEO of Palo Alto Network, and Imran Khan, the former CSO of Snap. Now let's talk about the event we're all gathered here for today at the Spain Regional. First off, I want to give a special thank to the judges and speakers who have agreed to participate at this event. Special thank you to the judges and speakers for making time and helping the Spain Regional event come to fruition. Here's a breakdown of the startup presentations. First, startups will pitch for 3 minutes, followed by 2 minutes of Q&A from the judges. Then, after all the startups pitch, judges will deliberate where a winner will be announced. Now let's watch the Startup World Cup trailer.
Who's paying for it? Why do your competitors win?
Welcome to the Startup World Cup.
Entrepreneurs with more information that will help them.
We've been through the broadband revolution.
We unveiled this new innovation. They are so innovative, and they bring that innovation.
What we're doing was finding young entrepreneurs.
Thank you for your time. I wish all startups the best and look forward to seeing the champion at our Silicon Valley grand finale on September 30th.
Probably was not the best. For Latin American young people, is the worst. Hi, my name is Andy. I have been 10 years creating products and services for young people with startups, governments, universities. This year, with my partner Franco, we decided to create a high-level team, experts in banking, technology, startups, because we as a team understood that there is a really big economy of young people, but banks and fintechs don't have enough data of them, so they can create specialized products. The CAC is higher and the retention is limited. And for young people, that means that they have a really bad relationship with money, debt, because they are already using all kinds of financial products that are not tailor-made for them. We are not the only one to understand this. There are different neobanks for young people, like Sophie, in Brazil, in La India, in the United States, but they don't know how to scale in medium and small countries that have different legal regulations. Our solution for that: banking as a marketplace. In the front, we are the Sophie of the students, but in the back, we connect one local partner in each country. It's or a bank, or a neobank, or a cooperative that do the financial operations of the business that we have in that country. But not only this. We connect the hot brands that young people want, no matter if it is for a public university, private university, national perspective. We connect all kinds of payment methods, and all the information that we collect allow us to understand the young person to help them. Our business is simple. We have a revenue share of each product that we have in our platform, and we have a low-cost financial membership that allow us to have like a better experience for the young person. We differ from the competitors because we not only acquire users with a really low CAC, without digital advertising, powered by our users, but because we use the financial and legal capabilities of financial partners in each country. So we have a global projection with this, not only Latin America, Spain, Europe, or the world. Why not? We are going to launch the next year in Colombia and Mexico, but right now, building product, we have amazing results. We have more than 13,000 early adopters in Colombia, mainly in Bogota, that is our focus, but we have in other parts of the country, other kind of trials that is really surprising, all the things that we have been understanding. And we are backed by top Latin American people, but we want more. And that's why we are here, because if we are going to build a Latin American or a world scale-up that wants to socially and financially include young people, we need the support of the best. So this is Ubanku, and if you have some questions or any comment, please. Thanks.
Thank you so much. Do you have any questions for him? There's a question over there.
Sam Damaj from Vios Ventures. Thank you for the presentation. My question relates to the US market. Have you had any legal advice related to the FTC or SEC on this type of offering? Lately, the US government has been going after this type of microloans and trying to regulate them. So have you had any legal, actually, your lawyers or something to do that?
I don't want to lie to you that I understand deeply the legal regulations of the United States in terms of credit, because what we really know is in terms of corporate government, because our company is based in the United States and is the owner of the subsidiaries in Colombia and Mexico. But what I can say, you thinking in at least in the markets that we know, is that in each country there are different legal regulations that varies, like the rules of how to give a credit, how to collect different kind of things in each country, and that's why we have one local partner. Could be a bank or a cooperative. Surprisingly for us, the cooperatives are the best. In Colombia there are more than 500, in each country is a lot. They are willing to help young people, they have a lot of financial capabilities, and most important, the legal capabilities. So what we do is to understand with their legal capabilities what are the financial products that we can launch. So an example, not necessarily a credit card is the best product for a young person. You can launch a debit card with a rotative credit that is going to be low cost and is going to be better in some countries, not necessarily in all.
Okay. Any more questions? No? Okay, thank you so much, Ubanku. Now it's turn for viewer from Logistic Retail Infrastructure PropTech. A big applause for him.
Hello, my name is Alberto Morales. I am the CEO and co-founder at Viewer Analytics, and we are changing the way companies are analyzing their data. Mid-sized companies suffer from a lack of efficiency in the data management process. And that's because they have a problem understanding the performance of their companies, because all the data that generated of these companies is scattered in more than 8 different platforms, and because they spend more than 40 hours per month analyzing data. And yes, this is our solution. Viewer is a business intelligence platform that connects and synchronizes all the data generated by a company in one single place, in a fast, secure, and easy-to-use way. Viewer includes some connectors to applications like Shopify, Google Ads, HubSpot, etc., that bring us 3 major advantages. The first, the data is no longer scattered, but in one place. Second, we get predefined dashboards and visualizations in such a minutes. And third, we receive insights and alerts when an indicator reaches a certain value. The market is quite big enough, but it's going to be giant in the next years. and we are targeting $500 million. We are in a competitive market. This means that we are selling something that people actively want. So it's important to have some differentiating points. Our main difference is that we reduce all the implementation time to minutes instead of days or weeks. Viewer takes care of everything, getting and storing the data, creating predefined dashboards in one click, and leaving the time for what's important, making decisions. Our business model is a SaaS B2B model. We charge a monthly or yearly subscription based on 3 pricing plans. And we are targeting mid-sized companies from all over the world with these segments: online stores, SaaS vendors and startups, and agencies. We are 8 people, 2 co-founders, 4 people in the development and data engineering area, and 2 more people in marketing and sales. We have been selected finalists of some of the main startup events in Spain, like Seed Rocket Campus or Alhambra Venture in Granada. And at this moment, we have 24 customers, paying customers, with 6,000 euros in monthly recurring revenue. And what we are going to do in the next 12 months, acquiring new partners and 50 new customers, opening new markets in Latin and Europe, and increasing our revenue and our team, expecting a turnover of about $5 million in 3 years. We are in our first round of the company of about 300K, and we will be dedicated to build a strong sales team and to continue the development of the product.
Okay, time is done.
Yes, thank you very much. If you have any question, I will be happy to answer.
Do you have any questions? Okay.
Asking a lot of the questions. I mean, there's a big market need to integrate data for analysis, especially for direct-to-consumers. I didn't see much about Amazon. Can you tell us a little bit if you have any adapters to be able to retrieve the Amazon data without going into Excel sheets or going into another and then coming to your software?
Yes, thank you for your question. At this moment, we haven't this type of connectors, but it's on our roadmap to integrate marketplaces like Amazon, like other type of marketplaces. And yes, we will do it. And
but you do know, like 90% of online direct-to-consumers comes from Amazon, especially in the United States.
Yes,
right?
yes, we are testing these small connectors, and we are developing this kind of connectors now.
Okay. There was another question over there. There's like a half a minute left for questions, so.
Thank you. Brian from Team ABC Ventures. I notice you already have 2 people in the sales and marketing team, plus you'll have the founders, but you're only thinking about adding 50 new customers next year. Why do you not think that will be higher? That's only 25 each over the course of a year. And most SaaS businesses would expect to be quite a bit more with that per person.
Sorry, I can't hear you enough.
Sorry. Adding only 50 customers next year with 2 people already in sales and marketing. Normally you would expect higher targets than that for people in sales and marketing. And I'm wondering where you came up with that figure and why.
Yes, we're going to increase our team of sales and marketing. We are in an outbound strategy now, and we are working to a long-term inbound strategy. So we expect to close more customers, but this projection is a realistic projection. So we don't like to sell smoke. Okay, so that's it.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Now is the turn for Park for This with vertical mobility.
Muchas gracias. Hello to everyone, I'm Nicolas Ladino. I'm the social representation of Park for This. I don't know how do you get here to the Congress, but do you know how this is a problem for the persons with reduced mobility to get a park spot? In Europe exists more than 15 million of people with reduced mobility. We know that the problem for them is getting a spot when they're in a trip or when they get a new place for only meeting or any at the same way. Now we have a solution. We have a solution that is part for this, that the principal way is offer an application that can show for the persons with reduced mobility where are the spots, how time they can have it in a day, and what is the best route for getting that zone. By now, we have two options, and that's that for the people, we have an application that's gonna show on it in any time the spots. For the administrators and the business, we have the part that gonna show to them where are the spots, if are anyone without the card of reduced mobility is using the spot and have the control of it. By now, we have more than 45 spots registered in Spain with only two city halls. That these are principal customer, and the second large customer is the largest shopping centers that have less spots than the public zone. By now, we want to expand in Spain. After 2 years, have all of the Europe, and for before 2025, we recover the UK with spot locations. By now, our investment are less than 150,000 euros, and we want to be for 2025 more than 500,000 euros. Our principal solution is for us the social return investment, because we want to reduce the problems for the people that have the reduced mobility, and we want to they can have all of the space disponible when they are doing a trip. We only have 3 options of exit, in that is the apps maps, the automotive, and we are the solution with the system integrations. Thanks for hearing me.
Thank you so much. Do you have any questions for him? No? Okay.
Thanks.
Let's move on with the next startup. Nanostin SL Aviation Space Vertical. Good luck. Hola.
Hi, I'm Daniel Gonzalez, and today I want to present you Nanostin, a company dedicated to surface coating with nanoparticles. I don't know if you are familiarized with the world of nanotechnology, but this consists of handling matter at a very small level, approximately 1 billion times smaller than a tennis ball. So let's make an analogy and imagine that this tennis ball is a nanoparticle. You have to know that in the nanotechnology sector, most of the synthesis ways to create nanoparticles are chemical methods that use chemical reagents, solvents, which makes the surface of nanoparticle to have impurities. And sometimes it's difficult to control the particle size of nanoparticles. So in our analogy, it could be like immerse this tennis ball in a glass of water. So you can imagine that this tennis ball will not bounce as well again. Okay, the same occurs with nanoparticles. If they don't have a clean surface, they will not work as well. And this is why in Nanostin we present a new technology for the synthesis of nanoparticles with a very high purity and controlling the particle size with a lot of precision. And for that, we have a machine, as you can see in the screen, where we can synthesize nanoparticles and deposit it in a surface which is placed in an ultra-high vacuum chamber. So with this kind of surface coating, we can afford a lot of different applications, and one of them is the well-known aerospace sector, a sector that will grow exponentially in the next years, along with the use of nanoparticles that will improve this technology. And nanoparticles will improve this technology, solving a problem at this one, the well-known multi-factor effect, that is a problem that occurs in radiofrequency device in satellites that are sent into space and that can damage the device. But this problem can be solved using surface coating with nanoparticles with a very high purity and a very precision in the particle size. So with our technology, we can make this kind of surface. And this is why we participate in an ESA big project in collaboration with the European Space Agency, where we obtain very good results mitigating this effect. And right now we are in contact with different companies to start to commercialize this kind of coatings. And this year we obtain other projects too, as Neotech, for the industrial development of our technology and our machine. Another kind of project related with other applications, such as the pilot with Acciona. And to finish this pitch, I want to present you our team, where we are right now 3 people working at full time, together with researchers of CSIC, and together with different partners such as FI Group and Nano4Energy, both the companies investors of NanoSteam. And that's it. Thank you for your attention. And remember that we are in an open investment round right now. And if you are interested, please don't hesitate to contact us. And thank you for your attention again.
Thank you so much. Do you have any questions for him? Anyone? That's 2 questions.
Congratulations on your presentation. Who are your clients and how much do they pay?
The license?
Who are your clients?
Clients, okay.
Yes.
Right now we have pilots and small clients such as universities and small partners. And right now we are in the process to start to commercialize with high companies and high industries, because the startup is too young. We start in the final of 2020, so this is our objective right now.
I don't understand anything of this, right? That's your area. What I'm curious about as an investor is whether your clients typically pay 1,000 or 10,000 or 150,000 or 3.2 million per year, or you know, like the business model, the money side of it.
The business model is based in selling nanoparticles, but we can coat in different pieces or surface that the client give to us, or the other option is to sell directly nanoparticles in vials or small bottles for different applications.
At what price do you sell?
The price of the nanoparticle, you mean?
Yes, what your clients will pay.
Sorry, I don't understand.
Like average sales that you will have per customer?
Yes. Yes. So we sell the nanoparticles.
Yes. So you find 10 clients. Then what will be the total sales volume average for those 10 clients? That's what I'm trying to find out.
The total average.
Yeah.
It depends of what the client needs, because it's in this market it depends if the client needs a special nanoparticle of an element or.
I believe that. Just give me a rough idea, please.
Sorry?
A rough idea. Una estimación.
That is depend of the client and the nanoparticles that they need.
Yes, of course. Let's just go to the second question. Thank you.
Okay, a quick.
Sorry. So among all the presentations I've seen, I think you have the largest actually market size. I think you are underselling your technology. And just to answer the question of the gentleman over there, nanoparticles have a much bigger use in EV batteries and in pharma side. Just as an example, they're sold by the grams in vials in the pharma side, and the grams is several $100s. And the better the coating is, the higher the cost. But the exit and the value of this company actually is being able to show validation and increasing the efficiencies in EV batteries and increasing the affinity of the antibody binding in pharmaceuticals, where you would have your exit in values of billions of dollars. I mean, this is a very, very large market. My recommendation to you would be to hire somebody who has a very good sense of commercial and business in order to show where you need to be and how to show the value of your technology.
Okay, give a brief answer, please, if you want to. Because we are out of time.
Yeah.
Answer it or...
No, but just we talked about that yesterday, so it's okay.
Okay, okay. Thank you so much. The next one is Delphos from Energy, Sustainability, Water Vertical.
Hello, we are Delphos, and we are providing data-driven performance optimization for renewable energy assets. My name is Guilherme, and I would like for you to imagine if you have hundreds of solar farms or wind assets under your responsibility. Every single day you're going to be facing small problems, a hot panel, a hot junction box, a certain alarm that tripped the system, and all of these small problems, they are a nightmare for the operations, and they are making solar farms underperform globally around the world. Across the world, about 6.3% of the assets are underperforming and leaving money on the table and not achieving their performance targets. That's free power that could be generated on the existing investments. And this problem happens because most of the existing systems, IT systems that come with these assets, are unidimensional. They just say if it's working, if it's not, if there is an alarm, but they cannot give contextualized information and translate that knowledge that we have from an experienced engineer, that once he goes into a room, he can sense the machine is not working. By his experience, he knows why, and he already has some of the main solutions how to troubleshoot that problem. So that's why we created Delphos, to know how, why, and when an asset is not performing and how he can improve that. So it's a complete software platform that uses all the available data from the equipment's operations and unifies that in a way that the operators can use to optimize their operations. We deliver that via our own software platform, or we can integrate with existing systems via an API services. So we come from a unidimensional systems with peaks and lows and provide a complete X-ray of where the asset is not performing. So we are providing failure prediction capabilities, performance insights, and a smart operations so they can optimize their assets' performance. We have validated this idea and gained traction in Brazil with major utility customers, not only building up success cases, but rolling out across their fleet. And now we are at a stage where we want to go to the bigger markets, such as Europe and the US. We have a revenue model that is software as a service. We charge a monthly fee per number of assets connected to our platform and a one-time setup fee. No additional hardware is necessary. Our team is currently at 40 persons, where we are developing everything in-house and have the proprietary algorithms that we are using to give the insights to our customers. We are now fundraising to deploy the strategy of going to the bigger markets with a mature technology and a solid team. And now we want you to join us optimizing production of renewable energy assets. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Do you have any questions for him? Oh, there's one question.
So Tesla, for example, is the largest installer of solar system in the United States, right? They bought Solar City and they pretty much control the market. Have you done an analysis to see, and by the way, they look at your monthly production kilowatt. If it's less than what's projected, they actually charge you less. So have you done an analysis to see if the cost that you're going to charge is actually less than what's cost them actually in terms of less production and revenue?
Yes, perfect. So our current market traction is towards utility scale solar farms. So the economics works really well. We charge around $1,000 per year per megawatt of installed capacity, and the average output that he gets more across the year is around 5,000 per megawatt. So it's a relationship for 1 to 5. Once we go to smaller distributed generation assets, then we have to use the technology more as a self-service platform where you give specific insights and maybe charge just $10 per month or $5 per month according to the size, because the unit economics then doesn't really work. If you're underperforming 10% in a small power generation plant, it's better just to leave it there, or only to know when there's a big problem and you're going to be maybe 15 days out of service, and then that's a relevant problem. So there's the fundraising round to invest in R&D is to be able to adjust the current platform to address these markets that are higher in number of potential customers, but they have a particular market positioning that we need to get spot on.
Okay, thank you so much. Time for questions is done. So we continue with the pitch competition. Thank you so much. Now it's time for Panacea Cooperative Research from GovTech, HR Tech, Humanitarian Technology. So please come to stage. Good luck. It's over there. Yeah.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay, that's awesome. Good morning. My name is Sebastian. I'm the CMO of Panacea, and in the next minutes, I'm going to talk about Skeleton ID, our solution for forensic human identification. So, forensic human identification, or the identification of people that have passed in unnatural ways, is a global challenge. We have thousands of people, or our technology can help to identify thousands of people in the Ukraine, the 10,000s of people that have passed on their way trying to reach Europe, and also the hundreds of thousands of people that are in mass graves all around South America as a result of the drug wars. So nowadays, institutions basically have two options when it comes to forensic identification. DNA, which is very accurate, but requires you to have a comparison sample, or fingerprints, which require you to have a database, but also soft tissue on your fingertips. So what we are focusing on at Panacea is skeleton-based identification, which works for polypreserved cadavers, but is mostly done manually to this day. So let's take a look at what our product does. Skeleton ID, in this example, we're using a 3D scanner to scan the skull of a skeleton found in a mass grave. We do the scan, we upload the 3D model to the software, and then in the next step, the AI is comparing the skull with a database of photos of missing people and creates a ranking of potential candidates. So please note, this is only one thing we can do. So how do we make money? We sell the on-premise version of the software to law enforcement, forensic institutes, and so on, for about 50,000 euros per installation. And we have a smaller version. This is a SaaS version, which works on a per-case basis from like 500 euros per case. We give the software away for free to universities. We also have 3 patents, over 100 scientific publications, and the founders have over 15 years of experience in the field. This year, we have created a revenue of 125,000 euros, and we are at the moment mostly active in emerging markets, simply because they have a very high demand and the entrance barriers are a bit lower, since our product is not complete yet. The total investment in the company has been 2 million euros, mostly created through bootstrapping and public grants. And we're currently looking for some capital to finish the product and expand the commercial activities. This is our team. It consists of forensic experts, AI specialists, And we have a large team of scientific advisors and, of course, the forensic community, which we are well connected in. Our vision is to become the global reference company for forensic human identification. If you want to be part of the journey, please feel free to talk to us later. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Do you have any questions for him? Okay.
Questions?
Yeah, that's one over there.
Thank you. I'm wondering, have you done any kind of market sizing? I mean, 200 countries of the world, 50K each for each of their policing, that gives you 10 million. I'm wondering, how does this become a unicorn beyond that?
Yes, that's a good question. We assume that we have done a pretty intense market analysis, but we assume that there are about 10,000 institutions worldwide that are interested in this kind of solution. Those are forensic medicine institutes, police forces, universities that teach forensic science, and independent labs. This amounts to about 10,000. And from there, with the current version of the software that we have, we assume that this is like fitting for a few hundred of those, but we believe that we can get a few thousand of those simply by completing the product, which will have a lot more functionality.
Okay, another question?
Really good, thank you. Is this a one-time sale, or do you also have some recurring revenue planned?
Yes, we have recurring revenue. For the on-premise version, we charge for maintenance, which is annual, and then on a per-case basis. The license comes with a number of cases included, and then once those have been used, they need to come back to us and purchase more cases. Simply the same as like if you buy a DNA lab, you would need to come back to the manufacturer and buy more equipment as time progresses.
Okay, thank you so much. Now it's time for Rico Analytics from eHealth Biopharma Tech.
Hello everyone, my name is Daniel Heinisch, we are Record Analytics, and we are on a mission to get the most out of medical data and improve patient lives. Okay? AI in medicine is already a multi-billion-dollar industry that is growing at over 24% annually. And we are here to get one piece of that pie and also save patient lives. We decided to focus on two high-impact sectors within this industry. Let me ask you a question. Do you know, with cancer patients, what happens after they were treated correctly and they got back to health? Well, they of course need to be periodically checked on. And how do doctors do that? How do hospitals organize that monitoring? Well, they have basic tables that rely on some risk factors to decide, okay, to this patient I reach out after 2 months, to this patient after 4 months, etc., etc. But with the amount of data that we have available nowadays in current technologies, there's got to be a better way, right? And that's exactly what we do. We took a database with over 3,000 patients, and we found a combination of a lot of different risk factors using AI, from demographics to treatment to cancer data. And that way we can optimize which patients you need to reach out first. And that has a lot of impact, because just 1, 2, 3 weeks can make all the difference between life and death in a case of cancer, right? Now, the other vertical that we are focusing on is in neuroscience. So we use a similar technology that we are applying also to the cancer case, but now it focuses on neurodegenerative diseases, okay? And we get early biomarkers from brain waves that allows to monitor patients with Alzheimer's or with Parkinson's and help doctors take more informed decisions and monitor those patients throughout life. Now, a couple of facts about us. Who are we? Who are we in Record? Well, we are a team of 5 people. We have completely bootstrapped this venture until now. We are already generating first revenues this year with our service offering, and we have some partners such as hospitals in Asturias and Madrid, as well as Nuventus, who is an API marketplace for health APIs, and Pegasi, which is an electronic health record system focused on oncology. So they are our data source, and we can get feedback through them to the doctors directly. However, of course, the most important part is the team, and I wouldn't be here without my two marvelous co-founders, Alberto, who is the tech genius, he's a professor of deep learning, and Carlos, who is a medical doctor and also a mathematician and physician. So he's the perfect bridge between our industries. We're currently not looking for funding, but rather for collaborations in the industry. Thank you very much. Any questions?
Thank you so much. Do you have any questions for him? There's a question.
Thank you for the presentation. I'm a little bit interested more in the oncology side. So 3,000 people is a very low number to validate on oncology. I'm a fellow in oncology, actually. So my question to you is are you aiming to be the standard of care for follow-up, for remission, or for, you talked about 3,000 patients, I don't know, those are all type of patients, is it breast cancer, what type of cancer is it?
Exactly. So this was an initial pilot done on breast cancer patients, and right now we are in negotiations with a group of hospitals in Latin America to get a database with over 100,000 patients to really improve our validation, but we are not going to stop there. So we're also trying to get into hospitals here in Spain. Of course, with the data restrictions in Europe, it's a bit harder, but we want to cross-validate it with the available data in Latin America and here to then also pass the medical device regulation. We know 3,000 for a fully validated product is of course not enough, so we are on that for this next stage.
And you do know that the cancer patients and the response remission is different in North America versus Europe versus Latin America.
Correct.
So if you want to actually enter the largest market is the United States, so you would need actually to be there validating your data and be able to get HIPAA actually
Correct.
to agree on releasing patients' data. So how are you going to go about that?
Yes, so we're not planning on this first stage. We're not targeting the US market yet. So we're focusing on Latin America and Spain. And secondly, we will also include genetical data. So in this first pilot, we didn't have access to genetic data, and we'll also take into account this genetic data to take into account.
You don't see your application more in the clinical trial set, or drug, how patients respond to drugs post-marketing, because that's a lower hurdle for you to make money and have pharma companies actually use your services, right?
Yes, so we have competitors in that space, and for that reason, first we decided to focus on this first use case, because the economics for the hospital are also very clear, right? So if you manage to get 10 patients and screen the cancer before in time for 2-3 weeks, you have saved per patient 50,000, 100,000 euros. So we can charge also a subscription license based on that.
But to be able to
do... Sorry, there's no more time, please.
We can discuss later.
Sorry. Okay, thank you so much. You can meet outside when this is finished. Okay, next one is Harvest Market from Agritech, Rural Innovation, Digitalization and Circular Economy.
Hi everyone, my name is Alvaro Perez. I'm the CEO and one of the co-founders of Harvest Market. And Harvest Market is a marketplace that connects restaurants with farmers so that a restaurant can buy any product straight from the farmer without any intermediary part. So what we do on a daily basis is to eliminate all the intermediaries from the traditional supply chain, and we make it possible thanks to the technology, as we gather both sides of the supply chain into one single digital place, but also we coordinate all the logistics from the origin to our restaurant's door. So what we offer to the supply chain in terms of restaurants, we allow restaurants to save cost by 20 and 30% because we eliminate all the commission from the intermediaries, but also we give them fresher products, real traceability about the origin of each reference, and stability in cost. In terms of supply, the farmer side, we give them the capacity to set up their own prices so they maximize their revenue up to 50%, but also this is how we make sure that they get fair prices and liquidity as they receive the payment at the same day that they deliver the product. So in terms of business model, it's pure transactional. We take the 40% of each transaction, and with that commission, we have to pay logistics, and now it's representing the 20% of the whole transaction. In terms of traction, we launched Harvest Market in September 2020. Just remember, second wave of COVID, all the restaurants in Spain were closed, except here in Madrid. And, you know, we jump into the blue ocean anyway because we saw the opportunity in order to be ready when the hospitality sector will recover, in order to be ready to scale the business. So after 2 years of operative, we are making 200K on a monthly basis as GMV. We are closing this year, 2022, with 2 million euros as annual GMV. We have more than 1,000 restaurants between Madrid and Barcelona. And when you know, or as you will know, when you start a company, you have to be the best at something. You have to be very focused. So we started selling fruit and veggies, you know, in order to gain the confidence from the client. But now that we have the confidence from more than 1,000 restaurants, we are including new categories such as meat, eggs, dairy products, everything that a restaurant can eat in order to be like a one-stop shop for the company. So now we are raising 4 million euros in order to, first of all, get profitability, get the break-even before next summer in Spain, and then open the French market. We'll be opening Paris next year. And the purpose is to convert Harvest Market into the biggest B2B food marketplace in Europe, but always following the same ambition. Yes, which is creating a new supply chain, more sustainable, more transparent, but most important, more efficient. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Do you have any questions? Okay.
No question?
Yeah, there's
question,
one.
yes. Are you profitable?
Sorry?
Are you profitable?
No, not yet. We have 10 months left to get profitability here in Spain.
In Spain?
Yeah. We are in Madrid and Barcelona in terms of restaurants, but producers are from all over Spain.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you so much. Now it's time for a Remove Group for eSports Gaming and Media Vertical.
Hi, good morning, and thank you for being here. I want to thank Startup Ole for having us here. It's a pleasure for us, and I hope you enjoy what I'm about to say. I wanna first apologize because I think I probably should have prepared a more graphical presentation. But anyway, I want to focus on the problem we're living and how I think Remove can make a great and unique solution for it. So I want to state 3 facts. The first one is that more than 90% of the people, whenever they want to search for anything, they want to buy something, they want to look for references, they go onto the internet and look for it on a search engine. Second one is that fake news market is growing about 300% per year since 5 years ago, and it keeps on growing the rhythm. And that is because we tend to forward whatever we receive if we like it, even though we don't contrast if it's true or false. And the third fact is a study from Aon company, insurance company, insurance broker, which says that since 2018, more than 20% of the revenues of the companies are based on their reputation. A bad news can make your revenue fall 20% or more. So my name is Borja Martin. I'm COO and founder of Remove Group, a company based in Madrid, which started in 2020, and I hope you enjoy. So what are we doing to solve this problem? Well, we created a SaaS company. We are now leader in technological solutions. We've developed an active and measurable way to manage the online reputation. We can detect, eliminate, or nullify or enhance content in the internet so we can control what Google says about our clients. We're now a team of 12. We started 3 people 2 years ago. And the interesting is that we are not focused only on B2B, which is our main market, but we can also work with B2C and B2B2C. We have 3 solutions. The first one is detect the information with our scanner. then we can eliminate the content or we can nullify it, but also we can grow the reputation by enhancing contents. If we look at last year, we closed with 16,000 MRR and 200,000 200,000 revenue. But this year is even better. We're on a scale-up phase now. We did a per 5 last year. We're looking for a per 4 this one, and we're growing by partnerships in LATAM. But also our MRR has grown 50% per month, and now it's close to 40K per month. And our ARPU per client, it's almost 20,000 by now. Now we're going through some challenges, marketing, development, and technology. We keep on developing, but main is that by the end of the year, we probably will look for fundraising so we can accelerate our growth. I hope you find it interesting, and for whatever thing you need, you can contact us through the contact details in the screen. Thank you so much.
Do you have any questions? Over there.
One, two, three, yeah. What's the difference, please, with the search engine optimization? What you do, and you compare it with this search engine optimization?
Great question. So search engine optimization, which is what digital marketing does, works on how you look when they find some keywords that you want to be found as. For example, I want to buy some sneakers. You find Nike first, Adidas second. So I don't work that. That's market. That's okay. That's marketing. I work whenever you find that marketing is the first, Nike is the first one. Then you want to know what do people think about Nike. You put Nike in Google. So we work with specific words. That way we can measure and we can do in a very specific way. And work so the client knows how they're being felt in Google. So I do not work in general keywords. I work with specific keywords, which are the brands or the names of my clients. I don't know if I answered.
Yes, understood. But still, if there's some negative news about your client, then you have to bring it down by promoting other content on top of what you don't want to be there, right? That's what you do. Same as search engine optimization. And my question is, how do you delete content that is negative about your client?
There's two ways to delete content. The first one is a legal way, which we do, but that's more of kind of a commodity. There's lots of people doing it, but it's a way to get into the market. But after that, our platform, what does is that it takes the content from first page to third, fourth page, which practically is the same result, which is not only putting search engine optimization, but taking the bad news from the first page to somewhere behind where it's never going to be seen again. Because we try to get like we try to get all the first page with our content, so it doesn't come back.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Now we'll finalize this speech competition with Casa tu Plaza from EdTech Vertical.
Mucha suerte.
I don't know if you have heard the last Spanish news, but the largest call for public employees has just been published. This increase in demand just makes preparatory schools and applicants' needs problems more visible. It's a very competitive industry with high costs and short LTV. Casa tu Plaza offers a global solution based on AI resources that helps our clients to become more competitive, cost-efficient, and belong to a community. Just in the Spanish market, there's more than 6 million applicants. After the 2020 lockdown, more than the 80% will remain studying online. So our first target is 18,000 applicants. That means 1.2 million euros in 2023. Our product is very fresh, is very innovative, and we have two different products. One is a specific LMS for preparatory schools, and we have an intelligent test tool for the individuals, just for the applicants, okay? Our business is focused in B2B, Preparatory schools pay a monthly fee and a fixed setup, but as you can see, our mind is thinking much bigger. Our progress speaks for itself. We have more than 5,000 users and just with a 2% charge. This is because we have developed our own code and that allows us to grow at the same pace as our users need. Just by bootstrapping, we have come this far. So we have a 15K MRR, and we achieve our ARR with no sales team. So we need to boost the sales team to take Caza tu Plaza to the next level. Of course, we have competitors, and they do it really good, but we are the only specific software as a service for exams training for the public sector. Today we're raising 200,000, and we are very happy because we only need the hub, and of course we have the OK for NISA, and we will use it to push sales and marketing and development teams. We are the perfect team. We have more than 10 years in e-learning and public sector experience. Thank you, Shokiba, for being our advisor. We have Kik and Devil as a legal partners, and of course we belong to AWS SR program, and we have a teeny but a huge team working every day with us, and we are of course 100% involved in this project. So we are only in the first step. Preparatory public sector is just the iceberg start. So it's a very scalable product that can be easily taken to further educational sector. So if you want to see what's next, join our tribe. Thank you very much.
Do you have any questions for her? No? Okay, thank you so much. We end this pitch competition. Good luck, everyone, and let's see who will win. Ahora, a continuación, tendremos, no os marchéis, por favor.